Hey everyone, I'm Ernesto, member of the Concord Chamber of Commerce, also local realtor, and today we have our first guest in what is hoping to be a long series of local business spotlight. So I'll kick it to Johana to give an introduction about who she is.
I'm Johana Segura, owner of 24/7 Nightingale Home Care. I am also a member of the Concord Chamber. I'm one of the ambassadors, and I am also part of the committee of Negocios Hispanos that we have started here with the Concord Chamber. What I do is home care, which means we care for seniors, disabled children, adults in their own homes one on one, helping them with all their basic needs: bathing, dressing, meal prep, light housekeeping, laundry, transportation. We also provide respite for parents that have special needs children or adult children. We also do hospice support, which we work together with the hospice agency to help this client through the end of life. Our services are very open, so if we can help the client, then we'll do it. Our hours are also flexible, so we don't have a minimum or a maximum. It's whatever the client's needs are, is what we provide. Of course, as long as we have the staff to support it, which can be challenging at times. We cover all of Contra Costa County um, with usually about a 4 hour is the smallest shift we can do throughout the county, going into 24 hours around the clock care.
So, how this whole thing came about, you and I are in the chamber together,
Correct.
and we have an initiative here. Really, I have one as well, where I want to start highlighting just like some local small businesses and just kind of get their story out on video and help the community learn about what you do and help kind of spread your own message, which I think the service you guys provide is obviously like super important, super necessary. So I,
Thank you.
I'm really just fascinated with like small business in general. And it wasn't really the case until I basically became one myself. Like I already had an interest in it, but like now even more, I'm just like more curious about it. So thanks for being our first
You're
kind of
welcome.
experimental guest. And so I guess one of my first questions that I have is, how did you end up in the home care business and how long have you been doing it?
Okay. Well, thank you for the opportunity. And I've been in home care for over 20 years now.
A long time.
My mom's a nurse, so it really started from her. I knew I was going to go into the medical field when I became an adult. But while I was going through college, I was happy working at Starbucks, getting my free drinks and all the benefits. But my mom was like, no, you should go into home care, because she was doing home care. And she was
Okay.
like, it'll be good for you as you go through nursing school. You'll get your hands on with the clients, and it'll be easier. And you get an opportunity to study on your downtime. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. But if I don't like it, I'm going back to Starbucks.
Yeah. For the free drinks.
But yeah, for the free drinks, of course. But obviously, I stuck to it.
Yeah.
And little by little, I did every position in the company. I got the opportunity. At first, I started as a caregiver, so doing the hands on patient care. And then I got the opportunity to start working in the office, doing scheduling, billing, payroll. And little by little, I started doing more. Once I became LVN, I started doing care management for the home care company. So I would open new cases, follow through, do any reassessments. And then once I learned that position and the opportunity to be a branch manager came about, I did that. And then one of the hardest things of the job is marketing. Of course, nobody really likes to market, but
Yeah.
I just felt it wasn't in me. But the chamber really helped me with that. They gave me the platform to meet different people and talk about the business and lose that fear of going into a room where you don't know anybody. So they've definitely been a big part of my success. And then in 2019, when I separated with the company that I had been with, it was time for me to make a decision whether I started my own company or I continued with another company. So it was a tough decision. Of course, it was scary to, start your own business, but it's been a blessing. So,
Yeah. And you're, from what I've been told, I don't know. So that's one of the things I want to ask you today. Well, really two things. One that I had a curiosity about, and then
uh-huh.
one that you just brought up. So I think a lot of people see you as like, what's the word? Kind of nurtured by the chamber. The chamber's been a huge, huge part of your success. So my first question is, what are some of the biggest benefits that you've gotten from, being part of the chamber? And then I guess the next question, which is completely separate, is, especially as a new business owner and a small business owner, what have been some of the more impactful ways for you to market your business?
Definitely. I'll start with the first question. So, some of the benefits of being part of the chamber, they give you the platform to meet people that you probably wouldn't meet on a day to day, knocking on doors, marketing
Yeah.
style. I also took a young professional class that helped you um, how to put a business plan together and how to execute your business plan. And when I did my presentation, I was actually in the process of starting my own business. There was a guy, I can't remember, I could always forget his name, but he was from the city of Concord, and
Okay.
he was sitting there as I presented. So, he knew that I was going to go through with this, and I need a license to run a home care agency. So he would always ask me about if I was, that's what I was waiting for, if I had received my license. And I kept telling him, no, 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 so then I guess he got tired of me telling him no. He was like, okay, well, tell me what's the business name? Where did you contact? Who are you getting your license through? Um, and I'll see what I can do. So I did that. And I don't know if it was just, luck or if it actually, knowing this guy from the city of Concord and him following through, I got my license a couple weeks after that. So it helps you connect with these people that are higher up
Yeah.
that can benefit you, as a small business.
Yeah.
And they also give you the platform to, you know, meet other business owners, and you never know, where that can be, that can lead to.
Yeah. I agree.
So I
I
also
agree.
like helping other business owners. If there's anything I can do to help you, happy to do it.
Cool.
You know.
Love it. Love it. Back to the marketing question. What have been maybe one of the top two best ways that you have found that you're been able to, find clients and have clients find you?
Yeah. I mean, being a part of the Concord Chamber, you have to pay a membership, of course,
Hmm.
but you have to put in the time.
Yeah.
If you don't put in the time to attend the event, be an active member, you're not going to get your money back,
Yeah.
So, just attending to all the events, meeting different people. And I think mine was just like giving back,
Yeah.
helping out my community, going into the uh, monument corridor and knocking on business door, letting them know about the benefits that the city was offering with grants or the PPP loan. The biggest are what my biggest need is employees. So with that, I was able to also be able to market that I was hiring. So I did hire some people through the people that I've met through Monument or through other business owners. And so I think to me, it's just what you put out, you receive,
Yeah.
and I was just trying to help out the community, and I got what I
That's
needed.
awesome.
So
Yeah. Some people go door knocking for business. You went door knocking for employees.
yeah, exactly.
That's funny. Awesome. I think
Exactly.
I think once in conversation you mentioned there is an interesting backstory. Well, I'm just curious, like, where did the name 24/7 Nightingale come from? Like, what does that mean?
Sure. So when I first started as a caregiver, I worked for a company that was 24. That was a Nightingale of Contra Costa.
Okay.
So when it came time for me to start my own business, I went with the name Nightingale because it had a beautiful reputation. And I talked to the owner, and she gave me her blessing.
Cool.
So I decided to incorporate some numbers, add some letters, and keep the Nightingale name.
Nice. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, right now, I'm just curious, where's the majority of your clientele located?
The biggest territory is in Walnut Creek.
Okay.
Walnut Creek is where we're concentrated, but we cover all of Contra Costa, but that is where majority of the clients are. Home care is expensive,
Yeah.
so it has to be, where there's money there.
Okay. I'm just kind of going down this rabbit hole of curiosity. You mentioned the cost. I
Yeah.
can't imagine that it's cheap. Does insurance cover home
The
care
only
ever?
insurance that covers home care is long-term care insurance.
Okay.
So if you haven't, it's very expensive, if you try to get it when you're older. So my recommendation would be to get it while you're young,
Long-term care.
long-term care.
Okay. Awesome.
Hmm.
Awesome. Um, very cool. How many employees do you currently have?
I have about 70 employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Okay. You mentioned that the shifts, so for anyone maybe considering employment, the shifts can be very flexible, can be
Hmm.
as short as 4 hours. I think one of the things that I'm curious about for anyone that's considering a home care career, maybe to supplement your income, something like that, all the roles involved to where you're like maybe bathing a person? Are there other roles where like I want to provide support, maybe transportation, meal prep, but specifically say as a potential employee, I don't really want to be bathing people.
Yeah. No, definitely. We have all levels of care.
Okay,
We have a contract with the regional center, which is for special needs kids and adults.
cool.
And with them, a lot of times it's just babysitting. They have autism, so safety is our biggest thing, making sure they're eating, going to the bathroom.
Yeah,
It's kind of more like a babysitting job. But, our staff is trained to do more if needed.
yeah. So you have 70 employees.
Mm-hmm.
With that, like, what does the organization look like? So obviously you're the founder, CEO.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a certain number of managers, or is it mostly kind of care providers?
I have one more admin employee,
Okay,
and then it's the field staff.
got it. I'm
Oh, I'm
curious.
sorry, and I have a nurse.
Oh, you do have a
Yeah,
nurse.
I
Like,
do have a nurse. My
okay.
sister is
So,
also a nurse, so she
okay,
works for me part time.
got it. Is she an RN, LVN?
RN,
Okay.
yes.
But just to be clear, if someone
Hmm.
is considering maybe, again, seeking employment, you don't have to be a nurse to be a home care
No,
provider.
no, not at
Okay.
all.
Okay. Cool. What were some of your biggest like challenges? Like as you grew the company, like can you think of a time or a specific hurdle that was particularly challenging? Probably aside from getting your license, right?
Sure. Yeah, that took a while. It took about 9 months to get.
Oh wow,
So
long time.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I received my license the end of 2019.
Okay.
So we probably got it like early November.
Okay.
So we started, picking up hiring and we started marketing. So we started getting clientele early 2020. And of course, COVID
Pretty
hits
quick. Yeah.
March of 2020. So what we have built, we lost. We a lot of clients, didn't want somebody coming into their home because we thought this was going to pass. So let me go, 2 weeks a month without service, not knowing that this was going to stay.
Yeah.
So that was very hurtful, as a new business, to lose half of what you had started to build.
Yeah.
But luckily, starting in June of 2020, they realized that this wasn't going to go away. So then the need for home care increased rapidly.
Remained. Yeah.
Yeah, and now people that were going to go into senior community decided that they wanted to stay at home instead of going into a community because the risk of COVID was higher and facilities would get locked and they couldn't leave, family couldn't come in. So the need just grew.
Cool.
So yeah, it was hurtful,
Yeah.
but then it was a blessing. So
Yeah. Now, besides making relationships with the chamber, like where else were clients coming from?
it's funny, but it's our competitors.
Competitors.
Yeah,
Okay.
our
I'm
competitors are our
curious.
biggest referral.
Okay. And why is that? Like,
Be-
are they overwhelmed? Do they not service this area?
they're large corporations
Okay.
and they focus more on the bigger accounts.
Okay.
So minimum of 20 hours or more. Some of them were minimum of 40 or more.
Got it.
Where I'll take a 4 hour case a week.
Yeah.
You know.
Whereas a week, it's not a
Hmm.
lot, and you'll
Yeah,
still
you'll still
service that
provide
client.
service. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Cool. Where do you see the growth of your company in like 3 to 5 years?
Well, we are looking into Alameda County to
Okay.
start this year. So, want to start that business here within this year. So
It's
we'll
exciting.
see where that goes.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Where it goes. I mean, home care is a growing industry, and the need is just, the people statistics say that the baby boomers and the seniors are just going to need so much more care, and we're not going to have the workforce to support it. So,
Now, I know there are senior like homes,
mhm,
right? Someone can live there permanently. In your case, though, people are taking care of clients in their own home.
correct.
Got
We
it.
go one on one into the client's home.
Got it. Okay. And where do you find most of your employees?
A lot of it is also word of mouth. One employee referring another. They have a friend, they have a family member that now looks for is needing work, and that is the best referral for us too.
Yeah.
We've tried Indeed and all these other platforms, but it's not the
Referral.
best.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, so word of mouth is always the best referral.
So a lot of your clients came from just being in the chamber and people referring you. You're also getting clients from your competitors who don't really want to service certain hours, but you're willing to pick that up. And a lot of your employees come from just word of mouth,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Well, I think that says a lot about just you bust off for a good situation for employees because a lot of times, and me having worked in different like corporate roles, there's always these like employee referral incentives because they're
Hmm.
so hungry for employees, and they still don't come. So the fact that a lot of your employees are coming from purely word of mouth, I think probably speaks volumes about the fact that people really enjoy working for you and with
Yeah,
you.
no, we try to be flexible and
Yeah,
as a mother myself, I understand, kids get sick, so of course we're not just letting them call off, but
yeah,
we're understanding to their
yeah.
needs.
I mean, think about where you are right now, you know, business and stuff. Like, how many employees could you realistically take on at
Oh
the moment?
gosh, at the moment, probably another 15.
15. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Is that mostly full time, mostly part time?
Um, Part-time, I would say
Okay.
15 part-time.
Okay. 15 part time, like how many hours would that look like in a
Probably
week?
about 20.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think the other misconception, or maybe just like, maybe it's not a misconception, perception is that a lot of the homemade jobs are evening. Is it mostly day shifts, mostly evening shifts?
Because of the contract that we have both.
Okay.
Seniors mainly need care like a 9 to 1 because they want somebody to come in,
In
get
the
them out of
morning.
bed, make a
Yeah.
breakfast, make a lunch, and maybe leave dinner ready, and then they're set for the day.
Yeah.
But because we have this other contract with the regional center, the kids go to school or the adults go to day programs when then they come home and the parents need the care at home in the evening. So we have really both.
Interesting. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I think those are like really the main questions that I
Okay.
had. I just learned a ton about your business and about you, and I think it's super awesome. So, if somebody wanted to reach out to you, where could they find you? How could they reach you?
Well, we are on Facebook,
Yeah.
Instagram, email, or my phone number. Should I say my phone
Yeah. Go
number?
ahead.
All right. So my phone number is 925-285-5968. If you are interested in looking for employment here in Contra Costa County, give me a call.
Employment and home care. Do you
Oh,
have a
that's right. The other part.
relative, a parent, someone who needs a little extra help in their life?
Yeah.
And Johana's a great person to reach out to.
Thank you,
That was
Ernesto.
great. Thank you.
Thank